Oh.
You're now reacting to the solo artist Lim Kim and her album Generation, which focuses on the theme of Asian stereotypes, diversity, and unity.
Oh.
Lim Kim was initially categorized as a K-pop artist under her successful debut through a Korean audition TV program called Superstar K. So after her contract ended, she started working on this EP to search for her true self, and she realized her identity as an Asian woman who's been through the music society's up and downs. First, you're reacting to her song Minjokyo Entrance, which is based on Korean shamanic rituals and sounds. Lim Kim said she feels that Korean entertainment has an energy that is similar to shamanism, so she wanted to incorporate that into her music with Minjokyo. The style of singing is similar to pansori, which is best described as traditional Korean opera. Go ahead.
I feel like we're being put into a trance.
Yeah.
Like, it's very cool.
I feel like it's wrong to listen to this with lights on.
Yeah.
Although that would make for a bad video.
I love this.
I feel like she's like gathering her troops. Yeah.
You can tell where the drums cut off, which is interesting. It's like your questioning is if it's a sample or not. Because there's also this fuzzy sound that accompanies the drums.
Ooh.
Now we're in triple. We went from duple to triple.
We still got the same.
Wait, no, we're still in duple. What happened then?
I love how it's like there's 2 bars of 4/4 and then 2 bars of 3 in the chants that just happened. And now there's just like this vocalese kind of thing.
I said we will. Well, not the same. It's not the same.
It's also got more what you expect from a shaman, like from more older traditions in music, just like very simple pentatonic, moving around it too.
Oh. What? There's just so much sound going on. I'm trying to like parse it. And right now I'm mostly just focusing on the like bass thing that just goes
Wow. That's crazy. I love how there's like this like electronic glissando that goes up and down.
It's reminiscent of like they're chanting like singing voices in unison, like
This is like so much like sonic disruption and distortion.
That was really interesting.
That was really cool. I fuck so hard with anyone who's willing to take traditional sounds from like where they came from and like reinterpret it in like a modern context.
I really enjoyed how she sounded like a full-on chorus. I don't know how many times she had to record that and like double the voices, but it just sounded like a full like almost like kids like chanting because it was very like childlike.
But I love how unshameful it was, because I feel like a lot of times like popular music, it's trying to be liked. It's like cutesy, good tones, this and that. Like this, like not only did she stick to like the shamanistic styles, but like the tone with which she was singing, like, and the the phonation of everything, it was almost like, I don't want to say ugly because it's not the right word, but it was like certainly not trying to be beautiful in the traditional like Western sense of the term.
It was definitely a style of singing that I have not really encountered a lot. I mean, when it comes to like westernized forms of singing, it's definitely like preferred to have like a bel canto style where it's just like very free and resonant and round, but like not everyone in the world prefers that kind of tone color, and I think it's like such a striking sound that she got with the vocals. Like it's very piercing and it's very like, I feel very emphatic. Like it like cuts through everything else that's happening. I mean, there's so much densely happening with the rest of the accompaniment that to have a voice that can like cut through over all of that, you know, even when you think about mixing, like it still like carries over
really piercing
everything.
Sound too.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It's not even like K-pop or K-indie. It just sounds like pansori, you know, like the like legit just like Korean classical or like culturally native music, you know.
It's so cool. Like there's like spicy twists added to everything, like with the distortion of that synth up high, and just even from the beginning, like having a constant beat and then the gong, it just created such a space of like ceremonial, like voices of the past kind of like feel.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love how you said ceremonial.
Yeah,
it
it
sounds
just-
ritualistic.
Such credibility. Like I'm like, yeah, this is how it should be. I don't know, like, I'm convinced easily like with this song, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be comparing Entrance to her B-side track Mong, which was released on the same album. Mong expresses the feelings of falling in love and losing that love. Lim Kim begins to question whether it was truly love at all, but she wants that feeling again. The song is once again composed and written by her.
1, 2, 3.
I feel like a snake.
Oh. Wow, she kind of just like suspends everything, you know?
Do you hear those like?
It's real
Oh.
subtle. It's like little wisps of smoke coming down.
Wait,
I love the water.
We finally kind of get like a rhythm here. It was hard to tell a rhythm at the beginning, and now it's definitely clear.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Just adding
I
like
love the ha ha. It's so light.
I like using the voice as more of a like harmonic instrument here, and like experimenting with the kind of breathy timbres you can get.
I get this like sense of harmony about this piece. That all of the sounds have a causation and an effect, and then that effect like ripples throughout the song, and I love it. It feels very natural.
The way she's like kind of scooping up into them, is super R&B, super R&B. Yeah. But her vocal quality is so breathy, and it's almost like a strain, or it does sound like a really strained breathiness, which makes me want to tense up. But that's
Is it
just
still
because of
like
my
the same
training.
influence? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool effect, though.
I like how like she stretches words over like long beats. Like
It's like this hypermeter.
Chimes. Do you hear how like, I don't know what the chime like fills in the space?
Yeah.
There's a lot of complex rhythms that I enjoy. I can't really pinpoint them.
Also, I like how, like, I don't know, this creates, like, color for me in a way. Like, I feel very watery blue. And then in this section, I feel like more, like, green.
Really? I'm getting, like, an oaky, like,
but oaky,
dark
like,
red,
trees, like,
I don't know.
I just love how it just shifts. Like the harmonic blocks just goes like down and then up and then down and up. You see? You hear that? It's like, dude. And then,
I think the ebb and flow of tension is very good. I think there's very much a high point in her register, and she knows just how to cruise along it.
I'm really vibing with this middle voice that we have. 'Cause we got this percussion, like, yeah.
That one.
Oh yeah, it keeps going. Good, one more instrumental breakdown. The sounds remind me of candy, this exotic sound. This like almost synesthesia, like I'm tasting some sort of milky, fruity candy.
That was something that I would want to see live, especially to see if they were to do an arrangement with whatever instruments they were either using and then distorting or emulating with the synths. To actually see that live would be really cool.
I have the lyrics if you want.
no, I was just so like caught up in just like the musical like atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it was so thick. It's so thick, but it's like light. Like you're like,
Yeah.
it's like it's so.
And with
oh.
her voice too, it just created such an interesting mental space. Like for me, like the listener, like it just felt like there's so many beautiful things that can be discovered in this world. Like I don't know, like it was just so like, wow, whoa,
Yeah.
that quality.
I just wanted to say that Mong is actually dream in Korean. But it's based on a Chinese character that's like also similar in pronunciation. But in that character, I think if I remember my Chinese lessons correctly, it utilizes like a sub-character, like a type of picture that is supposed to be representative of a cloud. So it's like I think she really goes off on this, where she like creates these like this musical representation of clouds, of dreaming, of flying. That's what it is. It's just like you being in the clouds and you're listening to this. It's kind of like your head stuck in the clouds.
I can
you know?
imagine like floating around in like the galaxy.
Exactly.
Like, that could be a music video for it. You know, like if
Yeah.
she went that traditional route of music videoing.
Yeah, I'm still getting a lot of tradition in the musical choices. A lot of use of pentatonic scale in the like additive ostinati being like repeated musical.
Yeah, like it's not like
Parts,
a bass
needed
ostinato, but
ingredients.
it's got like
Yeah.
the harp vibraphone, like I
Like
don't
just
know
some
what instrument
pentatonic
that
in the
is,
top.
but it sounded like she had like an Asian instrument.
Yeah, I heard that too. That's like some older plucked string instrument that's not based off of equal temperament tuning. There was something that was maybe a flute or something playing like overtone series that reminded me of like Mongolian throat singing. It seemed like they were playing some overtone series sound, so like a lot of use of traditional instruments. That's still coming back.
I appreciate this music a lot because it almost makes you uncomfortable just by the nature of like the sounds that you're hearing you're not used to. She sticks so hard to like where she comes from that for a lot of listeners it's like, oh, this is like interesting, or a lot of people will probably say this is interesting or experimental or but I like that because it's like broadening your sound palette in your head of like things that you consider music, you know.
I liked Mong better because there's just some more of like a tonal presence.
Yeah, me too. There was a lot more ear candy. I was like really shook trying to figure out what everything was, and there's so many layers, and like there were even some sword like shing, like sheathing sounds in there. It was like
that's
very
what I'm saying.
cool.
That was also I think more comforting to listen to because she approached the density of the music and the density of the instrumentation more like gradually. Whereas in the other song, it was just like, here's everything I have all at once.
What I really liked about, sorry, I can't remember what it's called. Mong, yes, Mong, is that the beginning did not start with percussion to give us tempo, but used a melodic motive to show us the time. And then there was that like bass drop. And then through that, she created the space in which she was going to create these different like colors that I got. And that's what I really like about her music. And, or at least music, what we just listened to, the two things, was that she uses sound to create these different spaces, and it's like someone painting almost. And I think that it's really cool and like different, and not many people do things like that like in the entrance. Yeah, it started with this low pitch that created this like black void, and then this one kind of created like this melodic thing that you could kind of put like more naivete, but it's, you don't say naiveness. That's like the extended form of naive. Crap, why is English so hard?
A sense of naivety.
She's very good at creating space, and that's what I think is really awesome and really hard to do. Look at those shoulders.
Yeah.